Hey.
Yo!
How are you?
I think we need to add DJ to your job resume too. I didn't really realize, like, okay, I guess it kind of changed when we started doing like the commercials and stuff like that. But for a while, we had our own theme song that we played at the beginning of every show, and then that just kind of started evolving into like, I think it changed because of the commercials, right?
Yes and no. We started commercials and we had our own little theme song with it.
Right.
It was the All Stars Trinity.
Right.
And we kind of just were like, you know, let's add a different song to this every once in a while. And then it just kind of turned into the whole, well, now it's a different song every week.
DJ Ezra in the house. What's up, Say Wong? Good to see you here, my friend. Hopefully we'll get to see Say Wong at our build tomorrow night. I think we are doing, I haven't talked to Dawn, but it seems to have been the pattern lately to do Saturday night builds. Dude, we have a lot of exciting things coming up for Kyber Cave. We're about 3 weeks away from the new year. And I think between you and I, we inadvertently decided that a lot of our changes on the video channel are going to be happening right around the beginning of the year. First off, I want to say before anything else, what's up to everybody on Twitch? This is our first week live on Twitch. I know we have at least 2 subscribers.
Go follow us on Twitch.
Well, you can follow us on Twitch. Make sure to check us out there. Make sure to subscribe to us on Facebook. We're trying, not Facebook, on YouTube. We're really trying to blow up our YouTube channel and get a lot of people there. So please, you can even share this right now. Woohoo! What is up, Quinn? Quick, say hello to the boy before he runs away. Hello, boy. That boy would be my child. He will be here tomorrow night for the build show too. Apparently, he was asking me about it, so he is excited. I couldn't get him to come into Kyber Cave for like 2 years, and now all of a sudden, like,
yeah, I was about to say, Zayo's excited about coming into the cave. That's new.
I know, right? We have the only thing there is to do in Solano County, and like all of his friends are like, "You're at the Kyber Cave. You guys own the Kyber Cave." And he's like, yeah, whatever.
Your kid's
it's cool weird, to everyone except for my own child.
Right.
So coming up at the beginning of the year, we are going to, I think we're going to be building out a couple of new shows. Not all of them. Actually, I think the other 2 will be 18 and over shows. Actually, no, the build show will probably still be a family show. Right?
Yeah. Well, somewhat.
I mean, the only thing that makes a difference is whether we curse or not. It's not like we're like stripping on camera. Klaus, what is up, y'all?
That is Steve Jordan.
That is Steve Jordan. Somebody's in Facebook jail.
Oh, are you in Facebook jail?
Yeah, you know what? I can't say anything because I have been there a few times. Yes, KC After Dark. KC After Dark
is one of them.
Is one of them, and that will be the 18 plus show. Only because we may be cursing, or it will be a less restrictive show than
there will be a lot of things on there.
Really? What do you have in mind, Mr. Director?
I was more saying it's gonna have little to no restrictions on it, other than, of course, no butts.
Showing off my man boobs. Hey, really quickly too, I want to say a really quick thank you to Stephen Jordan. Stephen Jordan is actually a volunteer fire department where he lives. He's somewhere on the East Coast. I want to say South Carolina, but I'm not 100% sure. Or is it Jersey? At any rate, I love our firemen in our community, our EMTs. I have a great love for most first responders.
First responders. There
Yes.
you go.
Our firemen and our EMTs, I will always give props to.
Yes, they do save us every year.
They do. You know what? It's in fact, I was trying to figure out a way to do this, but I wanted to do like discounts at like Kyber Cave, but not like I wanted to do if you were a fireman, EMT, teacher, or work in retail or the restaurant industry. People who need the need the break, essentially, not people that make a ton of money already.
So military members as well, because they don't make a lot.
Yeah. So, ooh, look at that. Oh, and Andy's an EMT, so that's double discounts. Double discounts for Steven.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get those up and running on the new year.
Yes. So, and we'd love to find a way. Steven and I have been talking behind the scenes. Steven's been coming in and watching our build shows every Saturday. And he's on the East Coast, so we've been trying to figure out how to make this work. We haven't been using the live stream. We've just been doing the Facebook direct. So, with the live stream, it's a little bit easier. But as we go into the new year, our fabulous director, we have some great ideas, and we are going to be opening a couple of new shows. So it sounds like we're going to be doing shows 3 nights a week.
3 nights a week or more, maybe.
More? Why more?
Well,
why more? What are you doing, man?
Maybe not you guys, not you and Dawn per se. Maybe I might start a gaming show.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's right. You've been talking about like a gaming show for a while.
I have a lot of games that I think a lot of people would enjoy watching someone play.
Mm-hmm.
At least I enjoy watching people play on the internet.
Right.
So who knows? Maybe someone will tune in.
The Ray Cardine helmet is now done. Yes. Steven has been working on. Oh my God, he told me specifically what character it was. It was from Clone Wars cartoon. Anyways, he has been working on an incredible helmet build. Ooh, what does Kevin say there? Kevin Hoogan, what is up? Thank you for tuning in.
Hey. 3 nights a week, that's more than a weekly episode of a TV show.
Yeah, I know, right? We are working hard over here. Well, they will be three different shows altogether. And what it is we're trying to figure out what's the best format, because I really feel like on the building show, and it's very possible we may set up a Patreon too, and then do something like with the building show. I can envision it being live at the time, then taken off, move to the Patreon if you want to see the full version, but then just doing an edited version that would go back up on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. On the YouTubes, the interwebs. So we have a whole bunch of new exciting things. We asked for your guys' opinions on what you would like to see or what needs to be changed, and we got all of exactly 0 comments off of 2 pages. And I know at least 200 of all y'all saw it.
Someone has an idea that they don't want to say.
Well, who? Kevin?
No, I'm just saying in general. No, we had one person say something, and that was Kevin.
Well, but that was on our on
our group chat,
Saber Rattle page. That didn't really count. I was just talking about in general.
Right.
So if there's something you would like to see more of on this show, if there's a different show you would like to see at all, please, and that's the ideas for what. Please let us know. We were trying to constantly try to make the show better. This is episode what, Ezra?
77.
Episode 77. And we figured out when we come into the new year, we'll be starting the new year on episode 81.
Yeah.
So we want to thank everybody that's been tuning in with us for the last year and a half. And if you have been with us for the last year and a half, you will have seen, if you go back and watch episode 1 looks nothing like it does now. I said something in the PMs to you, Van. Okay. I will check that out.
Who knows? Maybe on the first heat day of the year, maybe I'll make a little montage of our past episodes.
Oh, that would be dope.
Right?
Really cool. That would be a really good way to start the New Year's episode.
I think so too, especially for planning changes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so torn with this show. I'm torn with what to do with the show. If we should keep the interview segments the way they are, if we should open it up to more people outside of the lightsaber community. Because let's be honest, our 2 most viewed shows were the ones that had people that had nothing to do with lightsabers on it.
Right. Which is why I've also been telling this man here, tell me in the comments if you agree, please. We should move out from just the Saber community. Let's go to nerd culture. Let's talk about everything. Let's interview people from actors in different movies.
Right.
Cosplayers, people in the Star Trek community, everything. Which we did do a Star Trekker.
Justin.
Arisaig. Yeah.
Right. The fleet commander. Yeah. So I'm definitely open to doing more things. If you guys want to see different types of interviews, if we should scrap the interviews altogether, if you want to see more cosplay, what about blards as well? What are blards?
I have no clue.
So yeah, I am very, very open into changing the show or doing things to make it more of what you want to see. But speaking of more of what you want to see, I know something you do like.
Ooh.
Ezra, can you tell us who is our fantastic flow of the show for tonight?
Our fantastic flow of the show artist tonight is Arisaig Winterthorn.
Arisaig Winterthorn. For those that have been with Kyber Cave, you know exactly who this is. We are very fortunate every week to have the fantastic producer, Mr. James Kaiser, a.k.a.
James. Dark Cephalus.
Dark Cephalus. One of the Flow OGs. And in fact, he has a contest that's running right now.
Yeah, he does.
Black Nerds. Well, okay.
I know a few.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm trying to think of we've had Gary Ripper used to be a host on the show. That's about as much of a black nerd as you can find. And in fact, I think Gary Ripper's probably going to be on the show next week because he is stopping in California this week. He will be at the Kyber Cave for a while. So I think he may be on the show next week, whether he wants to be or not. So if it's a black nerd you're looking for, make sure to be here next week because I got the ultimate #1 nerd. He's got his photo with Giancarlo Espinosa, Grand Moff Gideon from Mandalorian. He just gave him a Darksaber this last weekend at LA Con. He gave a Darksaber to Adam Savage as well. So, that's pretty nerdy, right?
I think so.
Okay, so with no further ado, let us see this fantastic.
Oh, wait. You were saying he has a contest.
Yes, guys.
It is called Spin Wars.
Yay! Spin Wars. Do you know offhand where can people find out more information about that?
I do not off the top of my head. I do know that you submit videos on YouTube and then you send them over, or you post a video on YouTube and then you send it over to James Kaiser.
Okay. So if you are interested in being a part of the Spin War, again, do a video, post it on YouTube, and then send that video over to James Kaiser. And who knows? In fact, this entry, I believe, was the first entry
for his entry, yes.
Right, for the Spin Wars competition. So if you
this is an annual competition.
So if you like what you see now, check out Darth Cephalus. I know under Facebook he's under Darth Cephalus. Look for James Kaiser, and or
on YouTube he's under Darth Cephalus as well.
Okay, on YouTube. Check him out on YouTube, or you can always contact us and we will get you more information about that. But for now, you just need James Kaiser info to send over. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will link in the. I'll put a link in the comments.
Okay, we will. Groovy. I love my director. All right, Mr. Director. Let's see that flow for the show, yo.
Drop it.
Okay, so we've seen Asajj many times. I can't remember. Is he typically wearing a helmet?
No.
I don't think we've ever seen him wearing a helmet, right?
I've seen him wear masks like to cover most of his face, but I've never seen him in a helmet.
And that was like a Mando helmet too. It is hard just to walk in a Mando helmet.
I think that's why he kept it so short.
Wow. Well, that is it. If you are interested in competing in Spin Wars, take a short video, do your best, send that over to Mr. James Kaiser. Ezra will have link information for us by the end of the show or in comments or something like that. It'll be somewhere on here. I don't know how all these.
I am looking it up right now.
So yeah, and you can enter in on Spin Wars yourself. Is there anything? Hey, I want to make sure to, like I said, if you have not subscribed to us on YouTube, Twitch, make sure you do that. Obviously, you're here with us on Facebook, but also be sure to check out our website at kybercave.com.
That is a tanker helmet. It's not a Mando helmet.
Oh, the one that he was wearing. Wow. See, we can rely on Steve to know all the different helmets. But the point is that man had very little eyesight. It says Imperial tanker helmet. No eyesight, and he's still doing that flow, which if you have ever tried flow, it's hard to do when you can see everything.
Yes.
All right.
I can see everything I'm doing, and I can hardly do flow. So the fact he couldn't see anything and was still doing that.
Right. And I noticed too that was a different costume. So he's got several different costumes that he wears.
Yes.
I'm always impressed by the flow artists that have costumes, because that's a whole nother thing people don't consider. So a lot of times your tails and the way your costume are get in the way of you throwing that stick around. Yes, thank you, Mr. Stephen Buckethead. All right, we are gonna go ahead. I think all of our business is covered, right?
Yes.
Are we ready for this fantastic interview?
Let's pull him up.
Do
you want to?
All right, wait. Let me do the intro first.
I was going to say, do the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am very excited about the guest that we have coming on tonight. This gentleman is someone I have personally known for, good Lord, like 20 years. This man knows me when I very first got started off as a spoken word poet. And at the time I was doing video work. I was doing a lot of camera work and editing work for other people. And we kind of ran in the same circles in Sacramento. This gentleman I'm very proud to say, is a personal friend. I remember when we was all just young bucks doing our shows in downtowns, and we didn't really know what we were doing. We didn't know we were creating like culture or art. We just were out there doing shows. This gentleman was the only person in our crew that had his own business, and he had like a multi-million-dollar business at the time doing audio and visual. So this man would set up all the stages for like big name artists all over the country. In fact, I went out with him one time. I worked for him. I went out to Chicago, and I got to go to the Green Mill, which is the place where the birthplace of spoken word poetry was. I got to meet the gentleman that invented slam poetry, and that was on a working gig for this next gentleman. So with no further ado, please give it up for my friend, Mr. Daryl Garmon.
Hey, how's it going?
We had one picture. I was ready for like 2 or 3 pictures. What's going on, Daddy-O?
Hey, man, it's just happening. How you doing?
How you been? I haven't. Well, I mean, we've talked, but I haven't been in your presence in a long time. Other than you giving the tickets to Kyber Cave for the SAC anime last time.
Yeah. Just man, just been chugging along. COVID's been a big deal in our industry, so it's kind of shut us down. But we're doing stuff here and there.
Right.
Trying to stay busy. Hopefully 2022 is a better year.
Right. Well, now let's talk about that a little bit for people that don't know what exactly audio visual is, right? Like when I think of AV, I think of those, well, this is going to show you how old I am, but I think of those nerds in school that used to bring out the video projectors and, the TVs and VCRs and stuff. But, what does that mean when we're talking about, on a professional level?
Well, it's gotten to, that's where it used to be, but it's, the creative side, but putting shows together. I specialize in a conference, association conference. And so, lights, cameras, screens, projectors, breakout rooms, multiple day general sessions, stuff like that.
Right. Hey, director, you got a couple of those photos really quick? Because I think it's hard to envision when we talk about, setting up a room.
So that's I'll give you guys. So that picture right there is us working. That's a truss in the room across the room. We're working at truss, working height level, putting lights on it. Putting projectors on it because we fly the projectors actually for this particular setup.
Wow.
This was several years ago for Cal ISO. They control the energy grid in California.
Right.
Yeah, they used to do a big show.
Right. So, but you're putting up like stage lighting and stuff like that. This is
just if he takes another picture, he'll show that actual shot. No, actually they'll show that shot that nope. Go back. That one picture that you had, I had another one. It's
he might not have gotten that other one.
There it is, right there.
Ooh, so this is what the finished product looks like.
That's what the finished product looks like.
Now, how much of this room did you set up? Like, did you set up the lighting in the
stage?
Whole thing. Did you have to put out the chairs?
So we didn't do the staging and the chairs. That's the convention center.
Okay.
But everything else, the lights, the drape, all that stuff. It's all this, it took us 2 days to set that up.
My goodness. And how many people does it take to set something like that?
That particular setup was like 22 people.
You had 22 people working for 2 days to set that up.
Yep. And the meeting was approximately, I think, 4.5 hours.
So it took 4 days to set up and tear down an event that took 4 hours.
Well, the event it took 2 days because we have a rehearsal, but it would take probably about a full day to come down.
Wow, wow. Now what?
That's a $250,000 show.
I was gonna say, like, what? I mean, that can't be cheap at all.
Yeah, no. And that's what that's what a good discount. We give them a good discount. So.
I was just about to say, I mean, that can't be cheap at all. But you did just say you had 22 people working for you for 4 days. So I was like, you know what? Actually, that really kind of sounds cheap. I hate to say it that way, but that sounds like a good deal.
It's a good deal. Yeah.
Man. And what kind of people contact? I mean, what is that, an insurance thing or what? You said
that was like, Cal ISO. They control the power grid in California.
Okay.
Yeah, big deal. And so in that room, you had to be vetted because the CEO of PG&E, the CEO of all the power companies around the United States come to see, what's going on in California. So who was in that room? Bodyguards.
Wow.
Straight, AKs under their suits.
Wow. So I mean,
it was more security than the president. Put it out.
Even your staff, would they have had to have been like vetted?
Oh yeah, you had to be vetted. Oh yeah, we had metal. Yeah, the dogs walked. Oh yeah, it was a big deal.
For a 4.5 hour conference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when you wonder why your power bill is so high, now you know they be doing conferences. That is now, is something like that a typical kind of event for you, or is that an unusual?
Well,
event?
The funny thing about it is, so what you didn't see is that's the ballroom split in half. So on the flip side of that is another setup like that for lunch for them. But that's not that one. That's Winter Wonderland that we set up right there.
Wow.
But you see how it looks before the light gets on there. There's another picture that will show you just a plain white drape. And it just looks plain. That's why lighting is so important. And the skill set in audio visual, it's gotten to a point where, professionals, like, I want to get to like the Super Bowl or the Grammys, or see this picture right here. That's what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like, but the lighting's what makes it, And if you see the guy on stage, that's how you see how big a scale it is. See the guy standing on stage?
Oh, yeah, I see him now that you said that there's a guy on there. Holy goodness.
So to show you how large that room and the screens are, you know, and how, you know. And that's for Kyber.
When you say you're working for 2 days, is that like an 8-hour shift, or are you working longer?
No. We our shifts are 10 hours, but you know, in our industry, there's a lot of overtime. So, I mean, that particular show, I myself and my operations manager, who was actually salaried, we ended up working 46 hours straight.
Oh my God.
No sleep.
Wow.
We had some issues with some equipment, you know, the show must go on. So it has to be done. So there's no excuse. And I, as the owner, you know, the buck stops with me. So
right. Really quick shout out to Dina, who is viewing us out through YouTube. And Phoenix says your lighting design is gorgeous. And Phoenix, he actually does the SAC anime as well. He is Phoenix is in Sacramento as well.
Right on.
She's probably seen some of your work and didn't even know it was you.
Yeah. Yeah, we sometimes, you know, we're lucky when we get a client will give us, you know, creativity, you know, creative, you know,
creative license to do
what we want, you know, but most of the time it's meat and potatoes, you know. I just am really good at what I do, and I just, you know, it's clean lines, you know, clean sets, identical sets, you know, it's the meat and potatoes. But you know, when you see a sight and sound setup, you know, a professional's been there, you know.
Right. Well, you know, I Ezra, bring up any of those pictures, like any of the beautiful sets. Oh my God. Now, okay, let's stay here really quick.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a stage, right? This is the rest
so to the left of you, where you see the screens, that's a stage under there, and there's going to be. And basically, somebody your left. This is a holiday party for Kyber. You see the table there, and so this is a really gala event that they throw for their employees, and basically they get up on the stage, they give out some awards, and they basically have a band come and play, but. As you can see on the walls, we project it with lights.
I see like the snowflakes.
Yeah, gobos from the lights. So the lights are shining on the walls, giving it a good, you know, a nice. You know,
now I'm also seeing some like glowing pillars over here on the right side.
Yeah,
is that something you would have set up as well?
So yeah, we set that up. And yeah, we work with a couple of vendors in town that have the actual, you know, the sets for that stuff, and then we light it, you know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, we collab with a lot of different people because I own a lot of gear, so I'm able to leverage my gear with other people's, you know, talents and stuff.
Right.
And we all work together. And I'm a small company, but you know, we're really good at what we do. I would say small now because I was in the convention center for 5 years. That was a big deal. I had a multi-million-dollar contract for 5 years. And you know, we did every show that came into Sacramento from 2010 to 16. Right. Pretty much every show at the convention center. If not, you know, we were working some way capacity on it. Even if we weren't doing the show, we were, you know, providing some type of you know, labor or, you know, some services.
Right.
But yeah, we you know, this is, you know, I've been doing this. I never thought I would do this. I got into it. A friend got me into it. He's awesome, man. Like my friend is like ridiculous at I call
Hold
him
on really quick. Hey, Ezra, bring us back to the other, but I want to come back to this photo after you're done.
Yeah, I call my friend Adam Coleman with Proxy Audio Visual. He got me into audiovisual, but I started my business first. He'd started his business about 5 years ago, and he is really ridiculous on the creative side. Like he has the clients that have the budgets that allow him to really create stuff. And between me and him, we collab because he is my mentor and the guy I go to. But at the same time, he loves me because I'm the guy who started the business, who put everybody on you know, on this stuff. You know, we right now we do he does a show for Brendan Burchard, who's a motivational speaker, life coach, who's big. pretty big. He's with like Oprah Winfrey Super Soul Sunday,
right?
And that's one of his main clients. And it used to be a client of mine, and I ended up parting ways earlier, and then he ended up staying on the show and keeping it. But we, together, Proxy Audiovisual, Sight and Sound Audiovisual. I give a shout out to PSI, Metro, A&G. We're all small companies that we've been around doing this for years. And when I say small meaning boutique, like we're very talented at what we do. And we take a lot of pride in what we do. And it's gotten to a point now where it's not a nerd culture anymore. Man, these guys, their skill set is crazy, man. And the pay is anywhere between, $300 to $800 a day, depending on your skill set.
Wow. Now, and it's funny because you talk about small, right? But I remember walking into your house like 20 years ago and you opening your garage, and I swear to God, it looked like, an AV convention center you had told me at the time, you're like, there was $1 million worth of equipment. And the thing that blew my mind at the time was that you were telling me like how things go obsolete so fast. So you were constantly having to like upgrade your equipment. And I was like, how do you keep track of like,
you should see, I've outgrown, I'm in a warehouse. I've been in my warehouse for 16 years where I'm at now, and I've outgrown it, but it's 4,000 square feet, and, and it's, 20-foot ceiling, 25-foot ceiling. So we have, stuff that goes up, but I have a lot of equipment, over the years, a lot of equipment. And to let anybody know on your show, I do have older equipment sometimes, and I don't like throwing it away, even though somebody could use it somewhere. I just hate throwing stuff away. So if somebody wants to get a hold of you, and I could let them know what I have, I got some old lighting, or, it's still conventional fixtures. They still work fine. I just don't use them anymore because I'm more into LED now.
Wow.
But yeah, and I got, I have some stuff. Definitely have some stuff people might want to check out. So
I definitely think I got a connection for you for the guy. We'll talk about that later. That's to the side. Now, really quickly, I don't mean to go back on old things, but I'm so fascinated. Yeah, thank you. God, I love my director. Let's talk about this shot a lot, because I feel like there's so much that's going on here that would be unappreciated if I walked into the room. Right? It's kind of like, I remember back in the day there was a I want to say Alaska Airlines had a commercial that said something like, you only don't notice anything because it's that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if things weren't good, you would notice, oh, they could have done this better or that better. Let me talk about this. When something like this happens, how much of this is your creativity and how much is the client walking in and saying, we have this theme that we want you to do?
So the client told us they wanted a winter wonderland. That was what they were going for, right?
Okay.
So I pretty much in town have the most white drape anybody has in town. Maybe in Northern California. It was funny. I literally was at an auction 10 years ago in Arizona. My friend told me to come down, so I flew down and went to this auction. I'd never been to an auction before, and I saw some cases that I wanted there, and you walk through the first day. So the second day you come back, you get ready to bid. You got to have cash, all this stuff. And so I put in the bid for these cases, and I ended up spending $1,000 on some cases that I really needed and I wanted. And I was like, oh wow, so happy to get them. Well, You're not allowed to touch the stuff. You're not allowed to open or anything. So when I took possession of the cases there, and I was loading the truck, they were super heavy. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I opened these cases up, and there's over $100,000 worth of drape in these cases that I didn't know came with it.
Right.
And so literally I have all this white drape. I have all this different type of colored drape, and we were able to use it to do stuff at the convention center in these massive rooms. And it's really cool because white drape really reflects, it actually accepts the light very well. And so you're able to, project on it, or you're able to light it up, and it takes the color, and it just, it took a lot of time. It took about 7 hours to set this room.
Wow.
Maybe 8. And it comes down at around 2.5 hours. We have to be really careful because, you don't want to damage anything. But the client was very, very happy. We actually give them a rendering of what it could look like.
Right.
And actually, this particular rendering actually turned out, this setup turned out better than the actual rendering.
Oh, wow.
So, and very rarely that happens because, the rendering, you can do all kind of, cool stuff with it. But,
right.
But yeah, this is kind of,
but now when I'm looking at these tables, there's like decorations on the tables. Obviously,
that was done by meeting planners. That was done. I want to say the company's called Party Concierge.
Okay, but so what I'm getting at is it's not just like, oh, I have this vision, I'm going to set up the lighting stuff. You have to work with other organizations to make sure the whole vision comes together, right?
Exactly. So they come in, we let them know. It's like almost like a relay. We tap them on their shoulder when we're done. Right. And they're allowed to come in and do what they need to do.
Wow. Now, when you're dealing with these kind of clients, because obviously, when you're talking about a stage that costs $250,000 to, $500,000 and things like that, do these people, how do I put it? How do I say this? Okay, me as a street artist, right? I'm doing shows in like clubs and venues. I'm not spending $200,000 on lighting, right?
Yeah.
If you were to talk to me, I might be spending a couple $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much of this do you have to kind of sell, and how much of this are people coming to you and they already know that this is going to cost money and they're just ready to put cash down?
So Kyber, so they'll come with us with a budget. So I think this is a Kyber show. I want to say it's $100,000. Mm-hmm. It's a Christmas party or holiday party. But it's like $100,000. And for $100,000, we try to work what we could work into it to give them what they need and actually make a profit and be able to pay the guys a decent wage. And
right.
And it all works out. It's like a budget, just a budget. So we sometimes we go a little bit, over budget on our end, which is less profit for us,
right.
But at the same time though, there's nothing better than a great presentation for business going forward.
Right. Augustine, thank you for tuning in. And on that note, would you say that a lot of your business, so now I would imagine, and I don't know, obviously I don't know your industry, but I would imagine, let's say I'm an employee at Kyber, right? And I come to this winter gala event and I'm like, man, this is the best setup I've ever done. Do you get most of your business through word of mouth?
Yes, So no one's going to give you the opportunity to do something like this unless they've seen work that you've done or they have some type of referral. Okay. And so we, being in the convention center, we do a lot of the shows, so people see this and so they know I have the capability to do something like this, because you don't just put this in someone's hands that you don't know their body of work.
Right. I'm not spending $500,000 with somebody that just tells me they got a nice light set. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Ezra, can you bring up some other different photos as well? I'd like to see some of the. There was one photo that showed. Oh my God, what is that? Is that like water? That's not water.
No, it's like beads.
Beads. Are they illuminated?
Yes.
And so that's something.
So you see the lighting on the floor?
Yeah.
So the beads are just regular beads that you see at somebody's house, but when you throw the lights on them, it changes. Lighting's everything, man.
Yeah.
Lighting can make or break a show.
Well, until I'm looking at this, you don't realize how much I don't want to say emotion, but kind of like atmosphere that it brings. It totally changed that room.
So we did a show in San Diego right when COVID hit, like literally February 22nd. Brendan Burchard did a show out there. So I went out with Adam to help him out with his company. And it was the largest show I've ever done. Adam, it was just crazy. It was 5,000 people in a ballroom. This was literally right before COVID. Like COVID was out and they haven't put the restrictions on yet. But but literally the lighting designer, it took a day for them to put the lighting on the truss with 14 people.
Wow.
And they were putting stuff on the truss in inches. Like it was all catted out within inches of each other. The lights. He gets paid $900 a day. This guy is awesome. You know what I'm saying? But programming the lights and stuff, he's working on some CAD programs. He's working on big lighting consoles. The lights. So each light that you see that moves has a lot of different, DMX channels for it. So you need a board that has a lot of channels and it's a lot of knowledge that has to be gone. And so it's a really cool thing when you get to the top of the food chain in your skill set in this industry, because you get to do a lot of cool things, and you get to make a lot of money too.
Right. Well, I think a lot of times people, you watch the Super Bowl or you watch, your favorite awards program, the Academy Awards, and people aren't really,
there's just so much stuff that's going on their go. It's so much stuff. And I could tell you, I remember when Obama was doing some type of speech and something happened in the background and the mic got, and I was like, oh, he lost his job. You could tell, like, we know, like, oh, that was
that's a fatal flaw.
That's all bad. Yeah, boom. Other people we know, like, oh, who did that? Like, oh, that's we know that stuff. So it's like you got to be on. Like, it's I've developed high blood pressure.
At that level, there really is no room for mistake, is there?
There's no room for mistake, but not only that, the clients are unforgivable. They're unforgiving. It's not literally, and electronics stuff happens. Like, literally. I remember one time my friend had him hit play he was doing something for Yahoo. We're doing something for Yahoo in San Jose, and or Cupertino, and there was an Oscar award-winning person who was showing a video of his body of work and something that he was doing, and they rehearsed this. Adam goes to hit play, nothing happens. They goes to hit play, he just hits play, nothing happens. Oh. So they skip over the video. The guy is pissed.
Yeah.
Right after everything's done, Adam hits play, it rolls.
Oh my goodness.
What happened? You know what I'm saying? That thing. And that's something that's haunted him, and that was just something that happened once in his
That was a one-time thing.
Yeah, and it's haunted him for, but Adams, he recovered, he was no problem. But it was like literally stuff like that happened. So you don't really know when it's gonna happen or know how that's so.
Well, I want to, Ezra, if you can, this poor guy, he's working on the tail end of the show as we're doing the middle of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Can you bring up the photo? There was a photo that had like a whole bunch of electronic banks and stuff like that.
Oh, that was that one right there.
This one right here. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about something like this.
So this is pretty cool. I want to make sure I get this right. So this particular setup was for, they were giving guide dogs or I want to say, what do you call those animals? They for people,
like service dogs?
Service dogs to 13 families to representing the people who, or I think it was 12 or 13. I'm not sure how many people were killed in Afghanistan at the airport.
Right.
I don't know if you remember that, but they were giving away the dogs in memory or in recognition of the people who had passed away. And so we were doing this live.
Oh, wow.
We were doing this live. And so there was like a Zoom call that went to 13 or 12 different areas in the country.
Oh, wow.
And they would hand it off. They were handing it off. Like, yeah, we're going to go to Sacramento now. And then so it was a live situation, but we were doing a Zoom and we were basically handling the audio.
You were tied in with other cities trying to coordinate this whole thing.
Yeah.
My goodness. So it's not really, it's not even just about coordinating the people in the rooms. You really have to have some serious organizational skills.
Oh yeah, definitely. The lighting, you see the switching. We have multiple laptops. We got multiple monitors up.
Right.
We have to, we have a digital mixer. We're routing different audio, different places. Yeah.
I recall, I can't remember the specific event, but I was telling people at the top of the show that at one time I had worked for you, and you had brought me out to Chicago to help with a setup that we did. And I remember we went in, we worked for like 2 days, and then it was like the conference was like 5 days. And so we were just sitting around, and then we had to go tear things down. But just the amount of audio and video cable, I literally couldn't keep track of what went to what system and who. How do you manage all this?
It's funny you say that. So when I first started this, there was no. I started April 1st, 1999. There was no people now could take pictures on their phone. They could look up connections.
Ezra, bring Daryl back up. Sorry,
but there's it's. Now, back then it was hard, you know what I'm saying? You had to really know your stuff, and it was really hard. So when I first started, it was to me, I wanted to know how I could make the most money. And the most money were the guys that were sitting in front of the switcher, in front of the mixer, operating the show. And so I decided I wanted to be that guy. So I decided I watched how they did their stuff and I did it. And come to find out, they would never let me do it because I didn't know what was going on the backside of the equipment. Because that's the most important side, because you could be up here switching it all your day long. If something goes wrong, how are you going to fix it?
Right.
So I wanted to be so much as an operator. I became that's my superpower, signal flow. That's my superpower. That's everybody. People have different.
What is signal flow? That has
I
to do with electronics?
I could look at something and I could tell you from the start to the finish. Because owning your own company, you can't have any excuses of shows not happening. So I have to learn how to fix stuff really quick. I'd have to look at something and understand what's going on and why something's not working immediately. And so after doing that for so many years, I've gotten really good at it. And I don't even have to even know. So I could apply that to building a house. I could apply that to doing drywall. And I don't like to do it, but I know there's steps to things. There's like a way you flow, a signal flow. You know what I'm saying? So I basically that's my superpower.
Right.
I don't even have to know what the equipment is. I could tell you what's the ins and what's the outs. Because I know I can't have anything fail, and I know I can't have any excuse to tell my client. So it's all on me when you're an owner. So you basically,
Right. That's a lot of work, just doing AV and lighting too. I admire you. That's from Phoenix. And Phoenix, like I said, when it comes to SAC Anime, you will be able to see some of his work. Now let's talk a little bit about that. You do all kinds of shows. You do shows for inspirational speakers. You do shows for musicians. You do shows for
associations.
Yep. And you do SAC Anime. You do shows for geeks like us, right?
Yep.
Is it any different putting on a show for, say, a Comic-Con than it would be for putting on something for Kaiser?
No, I mean, just attention to detail. The clients want the best, they want the best setup. They want, they want to know their money's being well, their money being spent is being well taken care of, right? And so, with SAC Anime, Dan, I forget his last name, who runs that. He's a cool guy, man. Really cool guy. I appreciate him. He always invites us back every year. We've been doing it for quite a while. We strive for excellence, so he doesn't have to worry about that. That's the good thing about, boutique companies like myself. There's larger companies out there that, people go with, and I don't want to name names, but they're not helping out the families that are directly affect. Like, I hire local people. I deal with local companies. I deal, and we're good at what we do. And and Dan's let us do it. He's been letting us do it for years, and he's been inviting us back, and I think he's pretty happy with the services.
Right. Now, for something like that, when it's a customer that you have on a repeat basis like that, right? Mm-hmm. Do you still is it just the same thing like every year? Oh, it's SAC Anime Winter, it's SAC Anime Summer. Or do you try to go, what can I do different with this show with the budget that I have? Like, are you trying to change things up?
He has specifically what he wants. He he wants drape screens, some speakers. They know a certain room. They like.
So he knows what he likes.
He likes what he likes. They like consistency. Because when you come back, it's the same thing. Sometimes we might add some lights or something to something, but pretty much other than that, it's pretty much it's cookie cutter. As he increases the budget and asks for something maybe differently, we're prepared. We're prepared.
Right. We're definitely. Now, what kind of projects do you prefer? Do you prefer where somebody comes to you and says, "I know exactly what I want. I don't even need your input. Just do it like this"? Or do you prefer when someone comes to you and says, "I have no idea what I want. I just want something, and I need your help to design something"?
My expertise is association work. So that's basically where my lane is. So if somebody came to me with a budget and they wanted creativity, I'd call my main man, Adam, who I've been friends with since I was 15 years old. And he is the guy on the creative side of audiovisual because he has graphic artists on his payroll. And so they're able to, so what I do is I hire him to do the work for me, and then I present it to my clients.
Right.
So I stay subcontracting. But what happens is, if some associations call him, he brings it back to me, and because that's my lane. And so we work together doing that stuff. We know what we know, and we know what we don't know. And once you don't know something, you get a professional to help you with it. And that's what it is.
Right. Wow, that is amazing. Now, do you you said you specialize in associations, so really you are kind of about the bigger events, right?
Yes.
So we go all over for them, right?
Yeah, we literally just got back from Pasadena last weekend doing association. It's Aqua. It's Association of the California Water Agencies.
Okay.
Yeah. So big deal, big conference. I want to say 1,000 people in attendance, another 1,000 on streaming. Wow. We were there for a full week from Saturday to Friday.
Wow.
At the Pasadena Convention Center.
So, it's so interesting to me because, what, I don't know, maybe it's just the business person in me, right? But when I'm thinking about these events, I'm thinking about like putting on a hip hop show or something like that. I'm thinking about, okay, if I'm spending $100,000 on lighting, how am I recouping this money? But it sounds like the people that you deal with,
they make money. They have sponsorship. They make money. I had a crew of 16 down there, eight sleeping rooms for a week. It's expensive, but they're a good.
And companies are spending this kind of money all the time, huh?
Yeah, they're good, and they're very budget conscious. So we work with them. We give them a good deal, and they're a very good partner of ours. Mm-hmm. I've been doing their show for a decade.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, so they do 2 shows a year biannually, and so but yeah, and it's I got a lot of different other conferences we do, associations we do also, but that's the work that I enjoy because it's not so creative all the time. It's just being able to do it is as efficient as possible. That's where that's the coolness about me, how I can learn how to get in and get out so I can make more money on the backside and not necessarily have to raise my prices, but be more efficient. So if I do raise my prices, I'm now going up and down on the cost. So I'm able to make more profit. That's what's fun to me, is trying to be more efficient.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. What would you say? Has there been now? You said what, 15 years? How long have you been doing this now? I've known you for 20. So
Sight and Sound's been open as of June 1st next year, 20 years.
Yeah, see, there we go, man. That is amazing. Has there been things in the industry that have evolved that have maybe shocked you or you weren't necessarily ready for? Like, for instance, you and I, before this started, or I can't remember if it was in the interview, but we were talking about, back in the day, it was like stage lighting and stuff, but now it's more about LED lighting, right?
Yes.
So you're always evolving.
Yeah, LED's gotten better because now it's like the power situation. We don't have to worry about bringing big power because now we have LED. So now less power, less cable, less copper, less money. But the fixtures are triple or quadruple the cost. So you're going to pay up front, so a conventional light, a Lico, is like $350.
Right.
A conventional or an LED lighting is, depending if you want color, or if you just want white, it's anywhere between $1,200 to $1,800 a fixture.
Oh, wow.
So it's quite a big difference, But at the same time, you don't have to get power distro from the hotels that could cost you thousands of dollars a day.
Wow. So when you're talking about this, you're talking about the cost of buying that piece of equipment, right? Right. So that's you as a business owner when you have to buy these things. But you're saying that you're actually saving money on the other end because it's costing less electricity?
It's costing less electricity for our clients in the rooms and stuff. And so basically, in our industry, we try to go with the 10 rental rule. So if I spend $1,500 on a light, that I rent that light at each day for $150. Yeah. Right. And so 10 rentals, it pays for itself. 20, I'm making money.
Right. Because you're constantly needing to upgrade the stuff and buy new equipment and get the hottest new thing, right?
Yeah. Well, and not as much like prosumer stuff. On our industry, it's like, they got 4K, they're coming out with 8K. We're not running in 4K right now. We're running straight 1080p, 1080i. We're going to be in that situation for a while. We tend to lag on that when on the prosumer side because we don't necessarily need that. Nobody's putting out 8K projectors and 4K. We're not doing that. Right. So, and I tell somebody, your eyesight couldn't tell the difference in any way. So,
right. Why pay the difference?
Why pay the difference? Yeah.
Right. Have there been any jobs you've had to turn down?
No, I don't think I've ever turned down a job. We don't, in our industry, we really don't turn down jobs, especially when you get to the level where we're at. We're able to really do pretty much anything. And if I can't do it, I could still manage the job and subcontract because I have friends in all different places with different gear and stuff and gear houses and stuff. So right. I could do anything pretty much.
Right. If I told you I need a show in Florida on the beach with the stage, with the moon and the waves behind me, you could hook that up.
I could even take you to the underwater circus.
I didn't even know about that. Man, has there been what would you say has there been any projects that you've been like almost amazed that you got to do that, like that you're just so proud of, or that really stick out in your head?
The one that we just did with the service dogs, that was pretty big, dude. That was the people who lost their kids in the war over there, or us exiting. That was a pretty big deal that we were asked to help do that. And sometimes stuff comes through that. We do the breast cancer walk every year. In October. There's other events that we do from here and there. We do some charity work. But yeah, I just I like if I'm able to help people out, I'm able to do that. We always work within a budget, and we try to get as many shows as we can. We don't like to turn down stuff.
Right. But it sounds like you're also community minded as well.
Yes, very much so.
Right. Well, I can appreciate people that hire locally, and as somebody that has been hired by you, I can attest to the fact that you do this and keep it all local.
I tell people all the time, nobody works for me; they work with me.
Right.
I don't have employees. I have colleagues.
Right.
That's the way I look at things. So.
That's fantastic. So what do you have coming up on? I know we got SAC Anime is coming next month, so I know that's something. But is your calendar constantly filling up with things?
So we have so next month we have a friend of mine. She has a company called Tech Pro. She's local. She does the Wine and Grape show, which is huge show. Huge show. That's January. And then we also do speaker series. I don't know if you've ever seen that. I told you I'll get you some tickets if you guys want. Speaker series is cool. Their season's kicking off, or actually it's already in the season. It's just doing another show in January. We do that once a month. And then SAC Anime. So we'll probably have some stuff filled in between there.
Wow. So you're constantly
all referral.
All right. And speaking of which, there was an older comic. Phoenix she had said thank you for the SAC Anime tickets last time. The tickets that we got from you, we didn't keep them. We gave them, to fans and different things.
That's perfect.
Our community.
I'm glad that we could do that for you.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'm excited about things that we have coming up as well. So with this, you've got really quickly, and then we're going to get ready to wrap up here in a minute. But I wanted to talk to you. You've mentioned a couple of times COVID and how I can imagine, obviously, your whole business is people interacting, right?
Yeah, so, it completely shut down. We were the first to get shut down, the last to come back. We're still, Aqua's they were only able to, they had to cap their registration at 1,000. They usually have 1,800 people show up. They had to cap it at 1,000 due to restrictions.
Right.
Still going on. And so we had to be really health, safety conscious of, we had masks, we had, be vaccinated, it's a big thing, and people getting together, it's just not as normal as it used to be.
Right.
And people want it to be normal, but now we're going to be in this hybrid, streaming situation where video chatting is the norm now. It's the norm.
Right.
It used to be something. I remember we did a show. I used to work for this company called Intellisys, and they had a contract with Intel, and we were doing video conferencing in 2001.
Right.
And it was a big deal. You want to talk about something? We set up for 3 days, 12-hour days for a 45-minute meeting.
Wow.
And this was video conferencing in 2001.
Wow.
It was a big deal. And they were video chatting through different places, different buildings in Intel. And it was a huge deal because they were just trying to show the technology.
Right. Now it's like how everything is done.
COVID really changed some things in the audiovisual world. Now you have to be versatile in streaming. You got to be versatile in computers. You got to be literate in computers more so. You have to know audio. You have to know how to bring audio into computers. You need how to bring video cameras into computers. Capture cards.
Right.
There's different programs that have been coming on the line like vMix and OBS and Wirecast. And so there's a lot of different things that have changed our industry. And it's never going back. So I tell everybody, you got to get with it. If you don't get with it, you're going to get left behind.
And that's what I was just about to ask you. I mean, of course, there's no way for us to know what's going to happen in politics or society and stuff. But I was going to ask, do you think it's ever going to go back to the way it's going to be? Or
never.
So you're going to have to evolve again.
Yeah. We already did. We pivoted and we're ready to go. But, I'm constantly on my guys to keep training because this is the norm now.
Right.
This is the norm. I mean, imagine a kid being born now today.
Right.
They're not going to know any different. This is going to be normal for them.
Wow.
I know. I mean, I don't know how old your kid, but I mean, I know my nephews, they talk on FaceTime. And I'm not a FaceTime person, but they don't necessarily look at each other. They just call each other FaceTime and they just put the phone down.
Right.
And it's weird how they, because we're busy doing stuff. We're not going to, hey, whoa, you telling me? But it's a thing now. Kids see, they talk to each other. They're used to talking to each other and seeing each other. It's a thing. So, it's the stuff you got to get used to. I tell people, I'm old. I'm older than I look. Probably I don't know how old people think I am, but literally in our industry, if you do not get with the program, you will be left behind.
Does that scare you at all, or
not
do you
at all?
Like that?
I keep it. I love it. I love pushing.
Mm-hmm.
I love pushing. I love technology. I love it.
That is absolutely, oh man, it's mind blowing to me because I've actually seen it. I've seen your garage with all the equipment and I couldn't keep track of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
imagine it's 10 times fold now.
All right, and then on top of that, then you're managing other people, and then you have to instruct them on how to set things up.
Well, I got big enough where I had a president of my company, I had a vice president, I had accountant, I had project managers, I had account managers, I had 30 employees in 3 offices at one time.
Wow. And when you say at one time, did this kind of is this pre-COVID?
Pre-COVID, obviously, but we were in the convention center. That was a big contract, big contract, So it was just it was a big deal. A small company like me got a contract like that. It was really big deal, and we did a good job. There's a huge company, who bought up a bunch of companies, and now it's kind of a monopoly. I don't want to say their names, but they pretty much are in every hotel in every city, in every state, in every country. Wow. And we little guys fight to get in there to get a little bit of the scraps. And, that's just the story of it, how it goes.
Right. Now, I did say I want to close out, but you just led me to another question. I thought it seems to me if I was a brand new guy just starting to be into AV, it seems like it's a very tough nut to crack.
Yeah.
I mean, to be a brand new person, because it seems like you have to have a lot of equipment, a lot of connections, and then all of those connections, it seems like they only want to go with people that are already proven to have been able to do things.
So you know how that works goes. So all these years you were in the slam poetry and doing that stuff. So you got to meet a lot of people. So you're like a legend in itself in that realm. And so you know a lot of different people. So if you need to call on somebody, you can. So I used to be the young guy. Now I'm the old guy, but I have all these resources because the people who I used to do business with or who I used to work with all own companies.
Right.
And we all, and they all have different equipment. Some have more than others. Some have certain pieces of gear, So, and we all call each other sometimes before we'll buy something, or sometimes we'll just buy it under and won't say something and just say, hey, I got this, But we used to be a point where we used to compete. Now I tell people I don't like to compete anymore with my friends. I just like to do the business, and if I can't do it, I'll send it to them. If they can't do it, they send it to me.
Right.
And we play happy in the sandbox. Nobody goes after anybody's business. We're safe like that.
Right. That is absolutely a beautiful thing. There's more money together than there is apart.
Yes, exactly.
And I know Ezra. I know Ezra's busy back there, but Al had a comment. Yes, I did used to do poetry slams. In fact, that's when I had met Daryl back in the day.
You were putting it there. Don't downplay it. Don't downplay it. You were putting
none of these people know who I used to be.
You were putting that together, and you were renting out space. You had a full time. You had a show that happened every week or something, and
we had America's first webcast poetry slam series.
Yeah, you were doing that. You were renting out spots or trying to get people to give you a stage, or you were doing it.
Oh man, I was a hustler back in the day. That's how I met you.
Yeah. You filmed it. I wasn't looking to really do a commercial, but you know what? I was like, this guy can do it. Let's do it.
Right. And I'm so bummed out we couldn't show that distance. I'm gonna figure out how to get that up on our YouTube page though.
Yeah, check it out.
Because I love that commercial. That commercial was so fun, dude.
Yeah, Projector
Man. I remember getting the costume designer, finding a woman who worked at Joann's.
Remember her name? Her name was Grace.
Yeah.
And so Grace went on to do big things. She went down there. Her daughter was playing Belle over at Disney.
Oh, shit.
And she was doing the costumes over there for them.
Right.
And so I actually met her. I get to go down there and talk to her still. I used to talk to Grace for years afterwards.
Really?
When I go through LA or she lived in Irvine.
Right.
Yeah. I would see her. I go visit her in Irvine.
Wow. It's amazing how you just meet people in passing and then you never know where people evolve to.
Yeah.
Do you still have the costume?
I lost it. I don't know where it happened through some moves. I lost it. I literally lost it. I don't know. It's weird.
That costume was classic, dude.
It was classic. It was like one size fits all. So it was no matter how big I got.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna find a way to get that commercial up on our YouTube page. We will figure that. Oh crap! Click to my poetry. Oh snap. That's why some of the people may have known. It's funny too because every once in a while I have guests on here like you, right? Mm-hmm. And people call me Go, but people around here don't know me as Go, so they're like,
"Oh, got you."
Who's Go? It's so funny though, dude. It's my other lives.
Yeah, that's all good.
All right, hey, so we're getting ready to close out. I have had an absolutely amazing time with you. 40 minutes goes fast. But do you have any closing words for people? Or another thing I wanted to ask you, you said that you do a lot with associations, but could a regular person call you if they wanted your
definitely
for a wedding or something?
Yeah, definitely. We do weddings. I try to stay from weddings. Weddings are really hard. Brides are really hard. But yeah, we do right now, we do the SAC Business Journal. We do events, what I'm saying? Like I said, we got, small scale events to, I'm a member of the St. Helena Chamber of Commerce. So we do a lot of shows out in St. Helena. Mm-hmm. I do a show at Charles Krug every year for Koshan 555. They're probably high-end client.
All right.
But yeah, we do small events, and we basically just work people's budgets. Tell us what they're looking for, what they can do, and we tell them what we can do.
Right, dope. So anybody can give you a call.
Anybody.
All right, I love it. And we are going to have your information. I know my fabulous director will bring that up. Right, Zilla.
Just give them the website. Give them the website.
Yeah, most definitely. ssaudio.com. We're going to put that up here. Anything you want to leave people with before we end up for tonight?
Man, just whatever you guys do in life, just do it with the passion.
Beautiful. And you too can be Daryl Garmon. Yep, there's the website. So if you would like to hire Daryl for your next event, make sure you come out to SAC Anime and you can see some of his some of his work right there in action.
Yep.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I'm gonna let you know when I get the Projector Man up on our page.
Perfect.
All right, my friend. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Hey, it is too, man. You take it easy, sir.
Take it easy. All right. And we need to get you to the cave soon, man. You only up the road.
I know. All righty, brother. Be good.
All right, peace.
All right.
Ezra.
Yo.
Dude, what did you think about those setups?
They were. I'm speechless. Like, here, where's that one that I was like, what the heck? This one.
Yeah. With like the waterfall kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it takes an incredible imagination, and not only do you have to have the imagination to visualize what that room is going to look like and how people are going to interact with it, you also have to have the equipment to pull it off.
Exactly.
I mean, you look at all of those little snowflakes and stuff; those are separate projectors. Like each one of those are throwing those up on the wall. You know what I mean? And then you have those 3 large screens on there in front of and I don't know if you can tell, but that's all cloth panel. It's all draped there, and he's got the lighting on. The man is truly, like I said, I've actually worked for him before.
The man's a genius.
Yeah, the man is a genius at what he does. So if you ever, want help or tips, and then look at that, dude. That is amazing to me. And he's really cool about, if you have tips and things that you want to learn how to do this, just contact him. I'll let you know.
On his website, I believe he does have a contact list that you can go and contact him about any audio or visual things you want to talk about.
Right. And he's right there in the Sacramento area. But like I said, when I worked with him, we went to Chicago. So anywhere you are in the country, maybe even in the world, he got your back. I bet you for the right price, he got your back anywhere in the world, and maybe off the world if the money's right.
Just pull a Jeff. Who was that went to space? Jeff Bezos, was it? That went to space?
Right. Well, Jeff and no, the other guy, Elon Musk didn't go himself, right?
No, Elon didn't go. It was this company. He, I think the richest. Yeah, Jeff Bezos bought tickets to go to space. Yeah, the Amazon dude.
Yes.
His bought tickets to go to space with 4 different people.
Right. Hey, so we are a little bit behind schedule, not too horribly, but let's go ahead and get into our fantastic segment ready.
Yes, it is.
Woohoo! Dude, you kick ass as an editor, dude. You're like editing as the show is on, dude.
Yeah, I had to edit to Kevin's segment tonight as it was on,
right?
As the show was going, so I was juggling back and forth between putting photos up, comments, while doing the editing on this tiny little, that big monitor.
That's probably why you heard me giving Ezra a little more direction tonight than he's used to, because I knew he was in the back editing that. So,
and also I got TikToks.
You got the TikToks too?
I got everything, dude.
My director rocks. I am excited for these new shows because I'm excited to see what your energy, what you turn out with them. So remember, beginning of the year we have 2 new shows. Well, actually, technically the one show's already running right now, but we're gonna get it a little more refined and turn the build show into kind of a regular show. I'm thinking, I don't know. I think that one's either gonna be a weekly or bi-weekly. I'm not sure how we're going to do the build show because the way it is right now, we just have random people coming in and building whatever they want to build. So, for instance, SithCat is working on his, Tina and Tony are working on their projects. But what we would like to do when we officially start the show is have, say, a project that we're working on. So, like, Don might be working on armor, or he might be doing a helmet. So anybody that wants to come in and build will be working on that specific project. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, because right now, unfortunately, for better or worse, because we have so many people working on Say Wong is doing his Dinjar, and we have so many people working on so many different things. When you watch the video, it's him bouncing back and forth trying to help different people at different stages. I think it'll be a lot easier and a lot cleaner as a video if everybody's working on at least the same project. You know what I mean? Right. So going forward, that's what we're going to try to do for that build show. And I don't even think we officially have a name. It's just been called Kit Build with Kyber Cave lately.
I think I have a name for it.
Oh, yeah?
We'll announce that next week.
Oh, okay. All right. But for this week, we have our fantastic producer. We are very, very fortunate, along with James Kaiser, our fantastic flow producer. Again, please make sure to do Spin Wars if you are interested. Yes. Get that video into him, and you can win whatever it is he's giving away. But we have another fantastic producer that we are lucky to have. His name is Mr. Kevin Hogan. And Kevin...
AKA Sith Cat.
AKA Sith Cat. That's what we call him here. If you went out like in the public, they may not know what. But if you're at Kyber Cave and you hear us talking about Sith Cat, there is only one man
who has claimed that title. Let's see who remembers this. Kitty Ren.
Oh yeah, and then he's got he did a Kitty Samurai thing recently too.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that. He has done Loki as Mao Mao. He's done Mao Mao. He's done Samurai. He's done everything.
And then he's known for his Marty McFly. I think he did. Didn't he do Doc Octopus Mao Mao?
I think he did.
He did some kind of a Doc Octopus variation, but I can't remember if it was in the Mao Mao.
Right.
At any rate, we are very fortunate to have him as our correspondent to let us know what is Furry McFly. There it is. As our correspondent, letting us know what is going on in California, what has passed, and what is coming up. So, with no further ado, please give it up for California Convention Adventures. Convention Adventures with Kevin.
Nope.
California Adventures with Kevin.
California Comic-Con Adventures with your host, Kevin Hogan.
I'm so lame. Just run the tape.
You
Stop the embarrassment, right? Please.
Thanks, Kyber.
Audio cut out for some reason.
Yeah, what happened to audio?
I don't know. Let's try that again.
Thanks, Kyber.
I think it corrupted. There's another way I can upload that. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Let's do this.
Should I be filling in now? Should be.
Oh, I think the entire thing corrupted. That's not good.
Oh no!
I think the file itself corrupted, guys.
Kevin is saying, "Whoops."
Yeah. Let me try one more thing. It might not have. It's not going to have the song or anything on it, but it's going to be the original video. So let's see. I believe it was.
Thanks, Say Wong. Say Wong's feeling our pain right now.
I believe it was this one.
Hey everyone, this is Kevin Hogan here in Benicia, California with Comic-Con Adventures. Even though the weather's a bit colder outside, there's still lots of fun activities for you guys to get out there and do. Just last Saturday, December the 4th, was the Modesto Ohana Comic-Con. There was lots of fun vendors to see, happy friends and local people to meet. Plus, there was that fun cosplay contest with all sorts of colorful costumes like Pac-Man, all the anime characters, even a furry robot there from Five Nights at Freddy's. Also last weekend, December the 3rd through the 5th, was the Los Angeles Comic-Con down there in Southern California. There were thousands of fans there. It's great seeing all the different cool setups and big displays there for to walk around, take pictures by. Plus, there were all the celebrity actors to see, like Bruce Campbell from the Evil Dead movie franchise and TV show, the voice actor from SpongeBob, actors from all these other movies and shows there. It was a really good time. Now, also last weekend in downtown Vallejo was the Mad Hatter Holiday Parade. There are lots of neat organizations there, like dancers, historical actors from the museums there, and all the local groups such as the 501st Star Wars cosplayers were marching the parade there with Darth Vader and his festive Santa Claus hat on, and stormtroopers wearing the necklaces of Christmas lights. So it was really fun to see. Plus all the neat steampunk fire flamethrower vehicles going down the street there, like giant rhinos and dragons and such. They even had the Krampus with all the demons that go with them, looking for any naughty kids around the street there. Now, not every event that you're doing cosplay at has to be an official, like Comic-Con and a big sports arena. You can get together with your friends and your local clubs and organizations to put together events on your own. This coming Sunday, December the 12th, at the Cesar Chavez Plaza, just outside across the street from the San Jose Convention Center, is going to be an annual Cosplay in the Park event there. Now, they always have a Christmas in the Park event there in that same plaza every year with little entertainers going around there for those festivals. But there's also going to be a cosplay gathering. So anyone with costumes who want to just hang out and get together, maybe just take some pictures for fun and hang out, feel free to come on down. Also, this coming Sunday, December the 12th, will be the Merced Ohana Comic-Con in downtown Merced at the American Legion building there. So that's from 11 to 4, and there's always like free parking usually around the corner somewhere there. The OhanaCon, as you know, are very affordable, just about $7 admission there. And feel free to come on down. At around 2:30 is going to be that cosplay contest, so I want to see all those creative creations out there. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Back to you guys there at Kyber Cave.
All right, so Say Wong is letting us know that Christmas in the Park has been postponed. Wow, look at that. Right up to date, always with the information. Thank you so much, Mr. Kevin Hogan. Typically, we would have photos of the, it's now on the 19th.
Yes.
So Christmas in the Park is going to be on the 19th. The park has been rescheduled to the next weekend. Yeah. Okay.
Although
wonderful.
There is going to be a parade, 2 parades this weekend. There's going to be one in, I believe it's Benicia, and then another one. Where was the other one at?
They were just saying it in the comments, weren't they?
No, it's 2 different ones. I don't remember what the other one was. But I know I'm going to be in both of them. So
you're going to be in them, like in them or watching them?
I'm going to be in them. I'm going to be marching in them.
Sacramento and Benicia. Oh, like
there's another. Yeah, there's another one. I don't remember where that one is. So it was San something. I don't remember.
Wow.
There's so many of them here in California. I don't remember.
So many cons. So many to go to. It's a burden. All right. Yeah, I was actually telling Gary Ripper and V Ripper about that. I was like, dude, it seems like there's literally cons every weekend here in California. We are actually kind of fortunate for that. All righty. I think that's about it. Ezra, am I missing anything? Is that the show?
That's the show.
There's so much information coming in here on the side. Like, I can't keep up with like everything. San Francisco has unofficial Santa Claus bar crawl. Hey! Yeah! Bring the Mau Mau out with the 2 Santa hats. I know with Sac Anime is up there. There's plenty of events actually. Well, yeah, I guess it depends on how far you want to drive. Because a lot of them are kind of mid-state as well. But I think that's about it for tonight, right, Ez?
That is.
Make sure to go to kybercave.com. We have lots of last-minute gifts there. We have Saber chopsticks and keychains for $5. We have T-shirts. We have some Sabers still available, and we have the pre-order for our Pure Blood. Very excited about those. Next week, whether he knows it or not, Mr. Gary Ripper is most likely going to be on our show, since I'm going to have here in California. Anyways, yes, our Pure Blood. I'm so excited. The installs for that, so we are going to be doing the manufacturing on those. So when you buy them from us, they're going to be available only as an empty hilt. But we are working in conjunction with Darkside Sabers, and they are local. So what we're going to do, that's how local they are. They're like literally in my building. So if you want a full electronic setup, if you want LED, if you want NeoPixel setup, if you want a stunt, whatever you want, you'll be able to order it from us, and then on the website it will bring you over to Darkside Saber, where you can do your electronic setup. And we basically just take that Saber over, right? next room, and then he does the electronic installs and he ships them out to you.
Exactly.
So even though we are not doing the installs ourselves, you will still get in a very efficient and timely manner. My goal is to have those sabers in your hand by 2 weeks. That is my goal to work out with Dark Side Sabers. Florence Dawson, thank you. We have a lot of new people coming in from YouTube tonight. If you have not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Kyber Cave. We do have new shows coming, including our kit build that should be... No, our kit builds have been going up on Facebook, huh? Kit builds haven't been going here, have they?
They've been going up on Facebook.
We'll have to figure that out. So for right now, I think it's just the Saber Rattles that are going up on Facebook, right?
Yeah, the Saber Rattles are going
on YouTube.
Yeah,
on YouTube and Twitch as well,
and Twitch.
Right? Okay.
Which, by the way, at the start of the year, when we do our new shows, they'll be coming here and to Twitch.
Coming here where?
YouTube.
So YouTube and Twitch. Yes, on our new shows, right?
Yes.
So when we do the kit build and Kyber Cave After Dark, it will be on Twitch and
YouTube as well.
Holy goodness, we're going all over the place.
Now, if you guys want to watch, if we do end up doing a gaming thing, that will only be on Twitch.
Wow. Can you imagine 4 shows, dude? Like, when are we going to have time to make lightsabers? Don't do it like that, dude. I spent a lot of money on those machines, all right? I will punch you in your throat, dude. I don't care how good of a director you are. All right. And thank you for Barbara for tuning in. We have a lot of... I don't know what this whole thing about tech is.
I think those are bots, because according to our thing... Yeah.
So weird.
I think those are bots.
Why would bots be tuning into... I don't know. At any rate, thank you for everybody that's, yes, gaming. You did hear gaming, Miss Phoenix. That is something that our director wants to do, and I will support him if he wants to do it on the channel. I am not a gamer myself, so I don't know how much I can...
If you guys want to see our... Oh, sorry, wrong side. If you guys want to see our game, come over to Twitch.
Oh my god, dude. No, they don't want to see that.
10 subscribers and we'll teach Ark how to game.
Gaming for losers.
You're gonna have so many people on you.
Oh my god!
Someone's gonna clip that, and
I'm just gonna tell them I'm like 7. I'm just a child. My mommy just let me start playing. Phoenix is excited! Yay! We'll get Phoenix back to Kyber Game. Woo! I know she is a big gamer too. And you know what? Somebody else talked about the idea of doing like board gaming show too.
We could do a board game show.
Yeah, we can do lots of things. We can do what we want, son. We own our own channel.
Exactly.
All right, so we're way over. Let's just kill this out.
Okay.
Ezra, I love you dearly. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you to Kevin and everybody who's been tuning in tonight. Al, it's so good to see you on. And I know Steve is gone, but again, much love to our first responders. Thank you for tuning in to Kyber K Presents Saber Rattle.
Hopefully this next video will work.
Woohoo! And yeah, we always close it out with our talk of the town. So roll that talk of the town.
It's been a long time since I killed a Jedi. Your lightsaber blade is red!
Are we ready? Pretty cool, eh? It is real. Now, this one belongs to Red.
It's been a long time since I killed a Jedi. Your lightsaber blade is red!